We're rolling, Bubba.
Cool.
All right, man. Yeah, appreciate you getting me back on this shit.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully it all works.
Yeah. Might have to call somebody in smarter than us to figure it out.
Yeah. It's fucking wires and computers and lights. So you gotta get this iPad going. But yeah, man, I think it's cool that we're gonna get the podcast going again. You pretty confident you can do the editing and stuff on it?
Yeah, we're gonna figure it out, just like everything else.
Roll with it, man.
Yep.
Let's see. There we go.
That's pretty sweet, man. This is an awesome studio.
Yeah, it's pretty cool having that. Like Joe Rogan shit, I just don't have a guy in the background on the computer. I got to do it all myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Jimmy Lebonsky, Jimbo. You've been on board with us now for what, like 3-4 weeks?
A month. This is 5th week.
5th week.
Yeah, man.
You've actually sold some jobs.
Yeah. Yep.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I know. I was doing weekly updates with Benny Boy. I was texting him like, "Hey, Gene ain't fired me yet."
Yeah, he keeps letting me drive the company car, man. I don't know.
Yeah, man, it's been awesome. I'm really enjoying it. I mean, you created a pretty cool laid back environment when it comes to coming in every day and doing the work and.
Yeah. I mean, I have somewhat of like a system in place. You know, everybody kind of knows their role and their responsibilities. But it helps, too. I got good guys, like good foremen that kind of know the deal.
Yeah.
They take care of their crew. You just show them the job and what tools they need, and you don't have to babysit them all day.
Yeah, that part's been awesome for me coming into it. Like, if I have a question for you and you're not available, which you're always available, but it's easy for me to just walk up to the foreman, like, man, and be like, hey, this is what we got to do. Like I was telling you the other day, I mean, I don't know how common this is amongst other people, but I can text them a picture of the tree or a picture of the grading and be like, what do you think?
Right.
And he's straight up with me, I think it's going to take me 2 days, whatever. Like, I think that's huge to be able to have that in your foreman. We have some badass crews.
Yeah, for sure, man. And then, like, doing the bigger estimates, too, like you're taking Chad down to that demo job and making sure everybody's on the same page.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I don't know how many companies have that kind of system in place where there's that much dialect going in between.
Well, we're a small company, dude. Like 15, 16 guys total. But everything's working good, man. Got good guys in place. And, the hardest part for me, once you get this good crew set, you get them all the right tools, you got to have guys that can keep work coming in.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the truth is, like, a lot of our guys want to work 7 days a fucking week. So that's been a challenge. But
Yeah, that's, I think part of the reason why I'm here.
That's the only reason why you're here, Jimmy.
I mean, he told me, I think, my 3rd day, yeah, Jimmy, that's what we fucking do.
Yeah.
We go look for work.
You look for work, fucking make money.
I think that was my favorite Gene quote so far is, yeah, Jimmy, that's why we fucking come to work, make money.
Yep, ain't difficult, man.
No.
You ain't making money, you might get fired.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. So why don't you tell everybody, like, what you did previous to this and shit, besides, I guess, our background, going to school together, going to college together, college roommates, that shit.
Yeah.
But in your professional career, what you got?
Yeah, so I was a police officer in Prince George County for just under 12 years. Prior to this, I got retired on medical disability for numerous things, but mostly I had several hand surgeries, and it was kind of the thing where they don't want to pay for your surgeries anymore. Right. So I had the option to go out of medical, which I chose. Okay. And then I do a lot of personal training, coach at a CrossFit gym, but kind of transition that more towards like what me and you used to have with Sneed, where it was kind of the beginning stages of what's happening now, where you have group classes of these athlete-specific classes that are going towards, hey, these guys are going to football season, we need to get them more explosive, et cetera. So teaching them Olympic lifts and then training and working with the local right. guys.
So like specialized type fitness training.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like is like I enjoy watching somebody on a weight loss journey or something like that. Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy it, but when there's like I don't know, you're just sharpening a tool for a job almost, and you get to see them play. You get to see the outcome of like, hey, I helped build that tool.
Right. Yeah, no, that's cool, man. I think you've obviously done well with the fitness stuff. I tell everybody you're TikTok famous. Yeah. But you're not on TikTok anymore, right?
No, I don't. Not really as much anymore. I kind of went away from it after I did Murph every day for a year. I like Instagram a little bit more. I seem to get more conversation going with people through that.
So, like, obviously you're here to do the social media shit because I'm not good at it.
You've been doing pretty damn good at it.
I try to stay consistent with it. Yeah. But, like, from what I can tell, like, our generation, it's usually Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, yeah.
The TikTok shit, I feel like it's the generation after us.
Yeah,
they're not spending money yet.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So that's what's kind of transferred. I mean, honestly, like with the time that I spend here when I'm on Instagram, I kind of see the potential of what can happen through Instagram and Facebook.
Right.
TikTok, it's not really. Yes, it's fun to sit and waste your time on, but like transitioning into what I'm doing here, like I know my time's not best spent on TikTok. Like somebody's scrolling through TikTok, they're not going to see us doing some badass work and call me up. Like that time's better invested for me towards the market on Instagram and Facebook. So it's just kind of carried over into every day for me.
Yeah. And then Facebook it's just gone like crazy. It has like everybody from 10 to 90 is on Facebook.
Yeah. Facebook used to be really cool, and then they let our parents on it. And
ruined everything.
Kind of ruined it.
I remember in college, man, Facebook was just starting. And it was cool. Because in college, I didn't have a smartphone.
No.
I guess, and I graduated in 11, so the smartphones, I guess I didn't get one until like 2012, 13, something like that.
Yeah, we had the flip phones.
Flip phones, man.
Remember the T9 text where you could hit the
bunch?
Yeah, that was the shit, man.
Yeah, man. But I remember when Facebook got like that whole generation of like our parents and grandparents on Facebook.
It was weird times when that first happened.
Yeah.
For us, it came out our senior year, like going into college our freshman year. I remember.
Facebook.
Yeah, it was like when we were going to senior week. Like everybody got their Facebooks. I remember it was like, hey, you got your Facebook, because the girls wanted to take pictures and tag everybody on Facebook. That's kind of when it like popped off. Go back and look at your profile picture, and it'll kind of tell you if you scroll all the way back. It'll tell you like your first one. That's about a roundabout date.
Right. Yeah. Actually, I deleted my Facebook for a while, and then Carly made me get a new one. She's like, if you don't have one, you're weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, fuck.
There you go.
Guess I need one.
Yeah.
Which Ben still doesn't have one.
Ben doesn't have any social.
No social media, man.
Yeah, he's weird.
So he'll never see this fucking podcast.
Dude, what the fuck, Ben? So I know
you got to put it on a CD and mail it to him.
Yeah, exactly. That's Ben probably old school. He wants it on a cassette or some shit. But yeah, I deleted mine for like five or 6 years. And I hated social media. I swore it off for so long. I hated it. But obviously with a business presence, like you have to have it.
Yeah, you got to have it, man.
And then
I mean, that's where, like, you're starting to see how we spend our marketing money, and it's all fucking Google and social media.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. There's no more print, you know?
Yeah.
Signs even seem like a waste of money at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I spend a little bit of money on signs just because we're on the highway.
Yeah.
People do see that.
Yeah, I went out to a job earlier today, and the guy said, when he called for the estimate, he said, yeah, I seen your signs right outside of Old Northern High School, or across from Northern High School.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, yeah, that's our yard. But so definitely, you're still getting some leads from that, for sure. Yeah. And the signs look sharp. Like, I like the logo and everything. Like, I'll be honest, the logo looks cool as shit. It doesn't look like most.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Yeah, but it's cool.
Yeah.
There's not that many, if you look at construction companies around, like, not many logos really stick out to me. They're like really dulled down. Yours is very simple, but it pops at you. I like it.
Yeah, it's all like the whole branding thing. Like when I first started, I knew like the whole branding thing was a thing. Yeah. And I was like, all right, so you just got to pick something and fucking stick with it.
Yeah.
That way, all the trucks are uniform and the green M's on everything. You know?
Yeah.
And that has seemed to help.
You got lucky you get stuck with your first one, because a lot of people go back and change it.
Yeah, I guess I could change it. But then you got to kind of like start over, you know?
Yep.
So,
because people don't realize this. When you get a logo made, bro, you pay for a lot when it comes to that.
Oh, yeah.
And then you think about everything that you have into that. Just think about everything you have into that logo. Your trucks, your gear, all the shit you buy. I mean, you're a generous boss. We just got brand new winter jackets. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
change that up, like all that
the
stuff.
jackets, the shirts, hats,
Yeah.
all the signage on all the trucks,
Yep.
all the equipment's lettered.
Yeah. It's a lot of shit.
It's a lot of shit, yeah.
And then you're paying an artist to do that stuff, make modifications and stuff. That stuff's not cheap.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a lot that goes into it, man. And I think at least I try to make the realization that you need to bring people on to do the online presence all the time.
Yeah.
But it's not a 40-hour-a-week job.
No.
Like yourself, like you're a good fit to do it because you can also go out and sell and like learn the industry.
Yeah, for sure.
So
but it's like I was editing one of your videos earlier, and you put it as simple as possible. Hey, I'm trying to get back on this shit, but be honest with you, this shit don't make me no money. And it's true. Like you as Gene, the business owner of McKenzie Contractor, your money is made dealing with this business, not fucking around on Facebook or Instagram trying to figure out your video editing for 6 hours, you know? No. And when you get older, you realize time is fucking money.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you get so wrapped up in the shit that does make dollars.
Yeah.
Like this type of stuff just takes a back seat.
Yeah.
It's very easy to say, whatever, man, I ain't doing that shit this week.
Yeah, we've been talking about doing this for 2 weeks, and it's like...
Actually, I tried getting you to do this 6 months ago.
Yeah, I know, before I worked for you.
Right.
But yeah, and even just coming on new, not having that many clients or anything, we had this set, and then we had to keep pushing it back because, like, even today, my phone just blew up out of nowhere. It went from dead to having 6 leads or 5 people I had to follow up with.
Yeah, dude, and it's February, so it's kind of like our slow time. So, like, you'll see, like, once you hit, like, April, May, and, like, weather's good and everybody's busy. Yeah. Like, to take an hour or two out of your day to sit down behind a microphone, it's like, man.
Yeah, it's money.
I ain't doing that.
Yeah, it's money that you're losing every time that you're not fixing something that's wrong or figuring something out, or I'm not out giving an estimate. Like that's money. Yeah. But we gotta stay on this. We gotta do this at least once a week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down. You help me set up the people and the guests that want to come do it.
Hell yeah.
We'll get it going.
Cool.
And then I got to see if you actually know how to edit it.
Yeah. I was editing and playing around with the editor earlier, so we'll see. It might be some rough. It'd be funny to look back in 5 years though if we're successful in the podcast. Go back and look. Oh shit, we used to suck at editing this shit.
Yeah. The room's pretty cool though.
It's badass, dude. I mean, it's really cool.
And I've done like a dozen of these.
Yeah.
Some of them have been pretty good. Some of them
I've
just
watched.
like me.
I've watched a lot of them.
Shit.
I've watched
seen
a
all
lot.
of them?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I watched the one with Ben and Nick. That one was pretty funny. I watched the one with Johnny Mac and the real estate guy. Yep. That was cool. But yeah, man, that's pretty badass. I don't really think there's anybody in Calvert County doing podcasts right now, which is kind of cool. Man.
Fucking ahead of my time.
This is it.
Fucking high-tech redneck, man.
Yeah, dude. There is some high-tech shit in this shop. No doubt. That's one thing that like is definitely apparent with you is you figured out what's going to make me the most money, what's going to make my guys most successful and effective. Dude, we got everything you could ever fucking want in this shop. Like, I'm talking about bidding like a forestry mulching job, and I'm looking at it and I'm just thinking in my head, like, yeah, we're going to get this done in a day, an acre done in a day. What did that used to take?
Yeah, like 3 or 4 guys and a chipper for like 2 or 3 days.
Right.
And then you go in there and blow it out in 6 hours.
Yep.
And that's a big part of it, man, is having guys and giving them the right tools too. Like, you know, like you can have the best crew in the world, but if you tell them to go cut a tree down with a fucking pit, you know, with a handsaw, they're like, hey, dude, this ain't going to work.
Exactly. Like that fucking video I sent you this morning of those guys cutting down that tree.
Yeah, the 2 white guys trying to cut a tree down.
Yeah. It's going to be me and Robbie in a couple months here. When work picks up, we ain't got nobody to cut trees.
Yeah. So just you jumping into this construction world, like, I guess you've never been in this really before working here. What's your initial thoughts on it?
So yeah, I've never done any kind of sales in my life really either, other than my own kind of thing. Right. And some small stuff here and there, but never been like a commission-based employee or like, basically I've never been rewarded for being a hard worker, which is like one of the most frustrating things about the police department was I worked with the 10 most badass guys on the police department. We did, I don't even know how to put a percentage number on it, but we did a lot more work than the average person. And the reward from it was you had more work to do. Yeah. There was no payment reward for it. So being able to have like several different motivators involved is pretty cool. Like, cause like, let's be honest, everybody's motivated by money, by making more money. And then it's your friend's company. You want it to do well. You want to do well. You want to help build this awesome brand. Like
Yeah.
there's several motivating factors rather than just being like, I care about my performance on the police department. You know what I mean? There's just more.
Yeah. No, I think it gives you a little more incentive, which that's why I like your position is salary plus commission.
Yeah.
With like no cap on it.
Right.
Like basically, you know, sell your ass off. We're going to do the work, and then you get paid.
Yeah. Yeah, and it keeps you motivated for sure. It's like we talked about when you got skin in the game. I don't know. Jobs mean more to you.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean that's been the best way to kind of organize this that I can figure, and I've done it a fucking dozen different ways. Yeah. But I mean, I think that it's like the right way to make you feel like you own the jobs that you take on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a really good point. I didn't even think about it that way, but you're right. Because we wear a couple different hats at this company because, like you said, we're a little bit smaller.
Right.
I mean, growing at a rapid rate, but for us, like, there might be a bigger company where one guy just does sales, one guy just calls the material in, stuff like that. Right. But for us, we're wearing a whole lot of hats, which is everything. It's badass too, because from a perspective of like learning how to bid jobs, I don't think you really know how to bid a job unless you've done the job, you've bought the material, you've done all that, because there's a lot of shit that can go wrong, right? And if you've never been through the process of it, like, how do you know? So I think for me coming on, the way that you have it set up is like kind of badass for me to learn.
It's the only way to learn.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I mean, you can go to a dozen different jobs and look at it a dozen different ways, but until you sell it, prepare it, and then sit there and actually watch, even if you're not like physically working with the guys, but you're watching them and see like how long it takes to mix a bag of mortar, or even just going to Home Depot to get a pallet of concrete or something. It's like that might take an hour and a half.
Yeah,
you know?
And that's some of the things that I'm like looking at jobs now. Like we had one, somebody had needed something hauled, and I could see that this was going to be a pain in the ass because we had to go around the septic field, bro. I didn't even know what the fuck a septic field was a month ago. Not even a clue.
So, you can't put the truck there. So.
So, shit, I'm like, oh, we got to go around it. But that's stuff I wouldn't have learned if I'm just like, you basically making me a car salesman. And, I can sell shit if you tell me just what the number is and go out. But I don't think it comes back to your point. Like, I don't feel like I really own the job. But when we're in the position that we're in now, it's pretty cool. It's unique, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. It's like an all-inclusive position, which I don't know. I mean, I don't know how other people are, I guess, organized internally. But, like, if you sell a job, in my opinion, you're the one that has to go show the crew what to do and then go follow up and make sure that the customer's happy with the end product. And obviously, we help each other out if we have to.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you can't make it, I'll go and we'll do, like, a FaceTime or something.
Yeah, there's a ton of help going on. But, I feel like we have a good team.
Yeah. But you got to do that retaining wall job for Josh next week.
Yeah, because he's having a baby.
So you just got to make sure the material's there, make sure the shit gets installed the way that it was sold.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and like you said, it's. I think it adds a little, whether it's by purpose or not, I think it adds a little bit of personal touch to your customer service. Because it's like you're seeing this thing out, you're meeting with the person, you're shaking their hand at the end of it. They see you, they see Jimmy or they see Gene, or you know what I mean? Like
like you're shaking the dude's hand saying he's going to get this final product.
Yeah.
At the end of it, if it's not there,
right,
like you're the one that's got to go explain that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or make it right, you know?
Yeah, and especially being on the job, like talking to Manuel, like, because I'm just saying Manuel because I've been working with his crew most recently. I can go to the job and I can talk to him and be like, hey, this is what's got to get done, this blah, blah, blah. If I'm just selling the job and then Manuel's showing up and the guy's kind of,
I don't know. You never see it again.
Right. You just lose the personal touch with it. I feel like it adds to our customer service of the whole thing.
Right. Yep.
But overall, the construction industry, like what my thoughts are, I just think we're in a very unique setting here. I think it's different than what most people are going through in the construction field. I think for me...
well, there's a reason that I kind of have my shit organized.
Yeah.
Where it's younger dudes that are motivated and have young families and have to do well. Or, not even have to do well, but they don't wake up fucking pissed off every day.
Right.
Right.
And it's cool. It's been, shit, towards the later part of my career in the police department, I hated it. And not because of the work, just because of leadership and politics and stuff. And I used to look at the clock and say, God damn, is it time to go home yet?
Right.
And I told Steph, my wife, like a couple weeks ago, like I was looking at the clock, and I don't look at the clock here and say, is it time to leave yet? I say, shit, I'm out of time for the day.
Right.
Because I'm motivated and it's a good environment.
Yeah. Yep. And I mean, I'm not going to like micromanage or, like try to put anybody down what they're doing. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your day as long as you're producing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, me and Robbie were fucking with you. Like, it's all good. Gene's a nice boss until we ain't got no fucking work. And then you get a phone call. Hey, what's up, dude?
I mean, but hey, you're still pretty nice to Josh. And it's been a while
true.
since Josh said a work order.
Yeah, fucking part-time.
We've been busting his balls a lot lately.
Yeah. Yep. But it's all fun and games, though, until we literally don't have any work.
Yeah,
and then it's like, okay, we need to start
changing it up.
Yeah, changing it up.
yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
But yeah, and Josh does come through. Like,
oh, yeah.
every once in a while, he'll throw a good work. Like that retaining wall job.
That's a
That's
big
a
job.
decent 3-4 day job.
Yeah. Yep. And he's really knowledgeable. Like, for me to call him and be like, I don't know shit about hardscapes.
Right.
And kind of learning, like, where the profit is in that and, like, what timelines are and stuff. Like, he knows it, like, right off the top of his head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty, definitely.
That's kind of like his niche.
Yeah.
He likes doing that. He comes from a landscaping background.
Okay.
So, yeah, he does pretty well with that.
Yeah.
And then we have Robbie handling the state highway crews, doing some tree estimates and
That's
stuff.
a full-time job there.
It is a full-time job. Just government contracts in general, dude, are a lot.
Yeah.
And then hopefully you and I can keep another couple crews busy, finding some bigger work.
Yeah. And I think I enjoy what I'm doing now. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I would enjoy as much what Robbie's doing. I don't know, maybe it's from being a cop and like talking to 60 people a day. I'm used to human interaction.
Right.
Like I kind of like seek it out almost. So like for me on a sales call, like I typically enjoy most sales calls.
Yeah. Now, sales is definitely a personality, dude.
Yeah.
Like you either have it or you don't really have it.
Yeah.
And you're doing well with it. Cool. But yeah, and then I think other people too, you got to have that motivation to want to earn your paycheck through sales, like your commission checks.
Yeah.
Some people don't like that. They want like a steady, they want to know what they're making every week.
Yeah. Yeah, but it just, I feel like for you as the business owner, there's just like, we're naturally as humans, whether you want to accept it or not, we get complacent.
Oh,
and
yeah.
if there's no like driving motivation, like you can have the hardest worker in the room, but I feel like there's going to be days where he's not thriving to go make money.
Yeah, you got to have skin in the game.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a good deal for us, to be honest, like as salesmen. You've set it up, so it's a good deal for us.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, and then, then it's my job to manage whether or not your jobs are making money.
Right.
Like, because like what's hard about a sales position is you could have a guy that's just, undercutting everything and just selling jobs at a minimum to get his cut. But then if the company's not making money, it's like, well, look, bud, like your numbers aren't there,
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I think that you've also set that up with me coming on, like, and Robbie bouncing ideas. But, like, you've kind of told me what the metrics need to be.
Right.
So it hasn't been so much of a guessing game for me now. I know what we need to be at for the day.
Yeah, no, that we do have some sort of structure on how you need to bid work. Yeah. But it's just, we're not big enough where it's too difficult for me to manage everybody's sales to be like, hey, dude, you lost money on this job, or we broke even on this one, or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's all kind of managed and overlooked enough where it's not like a catastrophe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how some of these big fucking companies do. They'll go a whole quarter of the year and then be like, we lost money last quarter. It's like, nah, dude. Like, I ain't going 3 months losing money, like, before I'm, like, bringing that up to guys. Like, hey, it ain't going well. It's more so like a week-to-week type thing.
Yeah, which is definitely more stressful on you as the business owner.
Yeah. But that's just like the big corporations, I feel like. They just analyze it every quarter or every year.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work like that in small business.
Right.
Because cash flow is everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's the lifeblood of the entire thing. I mean,
we
don't have the bank roll like those big companies to lose for a year in fun projects.
No, and honestly, like our business structure right now, we're kind of going more towards the municipality work, government contracts. The issue with that, though, is like sometimes like state highway won't pay for like 60 days.
Yeah.
And if I have all my shit tied up in that, and then I have an excavating job going on where I need to buy material, I don't have any money coming in. Like the cash flow gets messed up.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like we have to constantly keep at least one residential crew, because even if it just like that residential crew just brings in enough to cover payroll for the week, like that's better than fucking nothing.
Right.
know?
Right.
Helps a lot.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a plus of what you're doing, and that's something definitely you can tell you've put a lot of time into diversifying yourself so that you can do these excavation jobs, you can do these tree jobs. I mean, it's pretty wild the amount of shit that we do here. Like, you know,
I don't say no.
Yeah, well, it's like I mean, I didn't really know what you studied in college because me and Ben never went to fucking class. Yeah, you're the only one that went to class, but
like, we lived together in college for like 2 or 3 years. Never once did we talk about what we went to class for.
Dude, not once ever. Oh, I knew you did something with environmental stuff, but it's like maybe he's trying to figure out how to grow plants in the backyard. I don't know.
I don't know what Gene does.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's pretty cool. You have just diversified the business to be able to cover. I mean, if you look at most tree companies, they don't do excavation jobs like we just did at Ward Road. It's crazy.
No, and I've kind of set it up that way so that you don't get like bottlenecked, and then like say like the residential tree and like world is just like cut off, right? There's no work right now. Well, that can't just shut you down. You know, like you got to be able to go out there and do other shit to pay the bills. Yeah. Just not putting all your eggs in one basket type deal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like that's crazy. You've only been around for 8 years now.
Yeah.
8 years. I mean, to take the leaps that you've made from, I mean, just doing trees to doing these. I mean, that Ward Road job, that's a big deal, man. That's a big job.
It was a big job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So to
and
be
we
able,
did good on it.
Yeah.
I mean, the rain and like the weather really messed us up, but for the most part, job went well. Customers happy with the final product.
Yeah.
Engineers are happy with everything.
Yeah. There's not many companies that can go and bid what I just bid to go fix basically a storm drain or a drain coming off the top of your house, like a downspout, to fixing an entire blown out pond that empties into a wetland and stream. Like that's pretty cool.
It is cool. And what helps too, like with our situation, is all of our equipment can help other crews, right? Yeah. So like if the excavating crew's not running all the dump trucks for the day, well then I can send that dump truck with a little excavator to go help the tree crew clean up for the day. Yeah. Like it helps keep everything moving all the time.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Like I don't know, man. Like if you just had dump trucks just hauling gravel, like I feel like that would be very difficult to keep that truck making money all the time. Yeah. If that truck can haul gravel or go load brush or do whatever, move equipment, then you're kind of diversifying what that can do for you.
Yeah, our 299 does a lot, man.
Yeah, it's a cool machine, dude.
It does a lot.
Very cool machine. And then the fucking forestry mulching. As far as I know, we're the only ones in Southern Maryland that do it.
I mean, that's what I've been telling customers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know another company in this area that has them. Like, I'll bid against people, but they're from, like, Northern Maryland or Western Maryland or whatever, and they're traveling 2-3 hours to do the work.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that machine.
I mean, you would think my sales team would be able to sell the shit out of that, right? Like, ain't nobody else doing it.
I know. We're trying.
And then, like, the monthly incentives are cool, too.
Yeah. We missed out on that one.
Yeah, y'all fucked that up last month. I mean, all I could do is offer.
Dude, you know? that was a very generous offer. I tried. The problem is our equipment and our crews are so goddamn good that I can't keep people out on the job for more than 2 days. Right. If we were a shitty company, I'd have sold that easy.
Yeah, I know. And then we're gonna keep that. That's what's cool about having like multiple people selling. Yeah. Is then you can start getting like the competitive shit going on.
Yeah, it's been fun in the group text fucking with each other about sales.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Yep. No, it's that's definitely fun. And like my previous experience in the construction world, sales has always been like that, right? Like, you know, you'll get like a store manager put $500 cash in the middle of the table. Hey, whoever sells the most this month, that's yours.
Yeah, that's cool.
Gives you a little extra motivation.
Yeah, for sure. It makes it fun.
Yep. What do you think about the Buick, man?
The guys have been making fun of me for it. No,
I'm sure. Yeah.
It's great, man. I live 50 miles away. I mean, gas is insane right now. Yeah. Like I couldn't picture bringing it. So it was interesting on Saturday. I was trying to find a water tank that fit in the back of a Buick, and trying to bring cones out to a job, fitting in the back of my Buick.
You need to get a little fucking trailer to pull behind the Buick.
I get one of those like racks, those storage racks up to the. I don't even know if the thing has a tow hitch on it.
Yeah, and the truth is, we've had quite a bit of salesmen come and go, and they all were in that Buick.
Dude, I know. I think it might be bad luck.
Hey, man, here's your laptop, here's your keys, here's your car.
Got a month.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's what Manuel was telling me.
You got 6 to 8 weeks. If you don't figure it out, give me my car back.
Exactly. That's what Manuel was telling me. So everybody that's been in that car doesn't last long. Just fucking with me, but yeah, no, I mean, it rides good. The gas is good. Like, man. Shit, I'm just happy to have a car I can take home. Because even when I was with the police department, I couldn't take my car all the way home. I had to leave it in Bowie.
Really?
And I drive a truck.
You can't leave the county.
Can't leave the county. And I was spending in a truck to drive the extra 30 miles there and back every day. Like, that shit adds up. So very thankful to have a sales car. Yeah.
No, it's cool, man. It comes with the territory because we do a lot of driving.
Oh yeah.
And where do you go today? Dude, you keep calling it Namahoy?
I think the J's like silent. Like it's supposed to be like.
Yeah, it's like some Indian name.
Yeah. It's Nanjahoy.
Nanjahoy. Yeah.
Dude, I've been there like 4 times in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. Sucks.
Yeah. But we keep getting work down there. So originally I was like on the selfish mode, messing with the Google ads. I was like, maybe I'll leave out Nanjahoy on the location this month. But there's a lot
Take that zip code off of there.
But there's a lot of land down there. So
it is. And you know what I think it is, dude? Because we've done work like this for people down there that are from either Northern Virginia or D.C. And they buy 20, 30 acres in the sticks down in bumfuck Charles County. And they're like, okay, shit, I need to cut some of these trees off of here.
Yeah.
Or like I need to like open this up so I can like build a house or whatever.
That's exactly what I just went and talked to them about.
You're starting to see that a lot, dude.
Yeah.
People from the city that are trying to get away from it.
Dude, everybody's trying. I mean, why? I don't know. Maybe people get mad at this, but like, bro, you couldn't pay my mortgage every month for me to live in a city. Like Steph took me to New York City one time, and I looked at her and I said, "Baby, I love you, but don't ever fucking take me back to this place ever again."
Carly's asked me a couple times. I'm just like, no, I refuse. Never been there. Don't want to go.
You ain't missing nothing.
Nope.
Can't even see the sky. They can't even see the sky. That's like one of the biggest things that I miss about Calvert is even being on Kent Island, we have light pollution from Baltimore because it's close enough. I always tell Steph when I grew up, the stars were brighter than anywhere else, and they are. But I would miss that, man.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do city living, brother.
No,
ain't no way.
Nope.
Even the visit, I don't like when you go on vacations and shit. I don't like going to a city on vacation.
Yeah,
you know,
I don't even like that's. I don't like going to Ocean City anymore
I know,
because it's just so packed, man. It's just people on top of people. It's like I tell
Carly's
people.
taking me to Ocean City this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got babysitters for the night.
Oh hell yeah!
So we're going Saturday night for
there you go.
My mother-in-law's birthday. Just doing some drinking.
So wintertime's awesome. Steph lived there.
Yeah, so it should be cool. I mean, ain't a million people, but
no, it's great in the wintertime. Steph lived there for a year, and when she had her lease was still in there, like October, November, around then, and I'd go up and visit her on the weekends, and we'd have the town to ourselves. Go to watch the Ravens game, Skins game on Sunday. Nobody at the bar.
Right.
It was great.
Yeah, that is cool. But yeah, I would say like May through September.
Yeah.
Too many people.
Too many people, man.
Yeah. So your whole fitness journey now that you're in the construction world, buddy.
Yeah.
What's up? I don't think you're gonna have a 6-pack for very much longer.
Dude, I'm working on it, dude. I said I'm
just
either
driving around eating chicken sandwiches and sweet tea all goddamn day.
It ain't even chicken sandwiches. It's like fucking breakfast burritos from Chick-fil-A. So I used to be, I'm still with a diet nutrition tracker, and I'm honest with people. I'm like, yo, I'm taking the month off. I'm trying to figure this shit out with my schedule. But like, bro, I've been pounding Chick-fil-A breakfast burritos, and I didn't even want one the other day. I wasn't even hungry, but I was on a sales call going to Charles County, and I was like, Got to get my daily Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Before you know it, man, you be drinking fucking energy drinks.
Dude, I got
smoking cigarettes.
Bro, I got a fucking zero sugar Monster this morning for the first time. It's really funny you say that, but I got the little can. Now I'm waking up every morning at 3:30, 3:45 and getting my workout in. And then,
so you're working out in the morning.
So I work out twice. I work out in the morning. Usually I just hit my like monostructural piece, so cardio piece, like on the bike, on the rower, etc. Just because I can't slam the barbell in the garage when the kids are sleeping because there are rooms right above my garage gym.
Right.
So I work out for an hour, come in here, do work, and then I coach at 5:30 and personally train at 6:30. So I got a pretty loaded day. But prior to that, I usually get my hero WOD in because I'm doing 365 days of hero WODs right now, transitioning from Murph 365.
Right.
And I usually get that in right before personal training starts. So it's a pretty loaded
Still a lot
day.
of working out, dude.
Yeah, but I went from I was doing close to 5 or 6 hours a day of trying to be competitive and compete in CrossFit to now just kind of just enjoying it again. And so it's been nice.
Yeah.
It's been nice, but definitely got to adjust the diet back to normal people.
Yeah, it's tough, bro. That's tough.
Yeah.
Especially like when we're having like fucking sales meetings and at the local Applebee's just slamming Miller Lights at lunch.
Yeah, dude, it was nice going to Applebee's. I haven't been there in a while. I got a Fat Boy burger, and you got like 6 orders of wings for us. I mean, you treat your sales team pretty good.
We ain't going hungry, bud.
No. But it's cool also because the way that our setup of our shop is, like, I don't got an excuse, bro. Like, if I wanted to, if I was dedicated right now to cutting or eating better, bro, you got us a badass fridge downstairs, a stove, a microwave. Like, I could do it if I wanted to.
Yeah.
There's no
Bring
excuse.
your fucking granola oatmeal and shit in here and eat it up.
Dude, well, I've been eating those old packs of oatmeal you got downstairs.
They're so fucking bad, dude.
I like
it's
them.
not even oatmeal.
Well, I know.
It's like some fucking
mush.
Protein powder mush.
Yeah, it's got 32 grams of protein in it, though. So.
Yeah, some dickhead on the internet sold me on buying that shit.
Gotcha.
He got me. You motherfucker. I ate one pack, and I was like, this son of a bitch.
Well, I'm thankful for it.
Oh, shit. Yeah. I've done the whole diet thing a few times, man. And I can, if I get into it, then I can do it. But it's just difficult with work and kids. Just being a fucking grown-up.
Yeah.
Like, having shit to do.
Dude, it's hard with kids, too, because, like, Carly makes dinner for everybody. Like, talking about weighing and counting your macros and shit. Like, when Steph makes dinner for everybody, when Carly makes dinner for everybody, are you going to sit there and be like, to the woman that's making you food and was just watching your kids to say, hey, can you pick out 2 ounces of chicken out of that for me? I can only have 2 ounces and don't put that in the sauce. Like, she'd kill me.
Yeah.
There's no way.
No, I'm more like looking at my kids' plate, like, hey, you gonna eat that?
Yeah, we talked about that. That's the dad tax, bro.
Yeah, but
They pay it at every restaurant.
Yep. That's why, like, when we go to a restaurant, I try to be involved in what the kids are gonna get.
Yeah.
Because I know they're not gonna eat it all.
Yep.
Oh, shit, man. But yeah, I think, you're so fucking involved with the fitness community. I don't think you're gonna have an issue keeping it going.
No.
This just might not be as extreme as what you've been doing.
Right. I'm not going to be able to, like, so I had set the goal of, like, competing at the CrossFit Games when I aged up next year into the 35-year-old division, which it's crazy now. It's shifted towards, like, these guys don't have full-time jobs that compete even at the 35-year-old. Some do, a lot don't.
That's all they do.
That's all they do. They're gym owners. They coach, like, 1 or 2 hours a day, and the rest of the time is literally just working out and eating, which I don't think that I was talented enough to make it. I think it would have involved even more work.
So what kind of talent do you need in CrossFit?
So there's
I'll be honest with you. All I know about CrossFit is Rich Froning.
He's badass.
And he's like fucking just badass.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't think he's like, I'm sure he's got some sort of natural talents, but it just looks like he lifts a lot of fucking weights.
Yeah, so there's a lot that goes into CrossFit. It's one of the things that kind of drew me to it is there's so many
Lifting
things.
weights ain't a sport, Jimmy.
Well, the sport of fitness is.
I'm not trying to be good at working out.
Yeah. So that's exactly what CrossFit is.
Pretty sure you've said that to me in the past.
Yeah, the best at exercise. Exactly. Funny story. I remember we were getting ready to go to Panama City Beach, me, you, and Ben, and we was working out at the gym, and me and Ben thought that, like, you know, we started working out a week before Panama City, like
Right.
we'd be jacked.
Yeah,
for
we're gonna be so
Panama
jacked.
City.
Yeah.
I was like, dude. So we went down there with no muscles and no money.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Ben went on a 7-day Panama City trip with like $108.
No money at all, dude. It was bad. Oh, God, that trip was insane. That was an insane trip.
And then we
But
spent $85 the first night.
that's not. It wasn't off to a good start.
Got 6 nights left with like $18.
Yeah, I think Big Brother probably helped him out a little bit there. But the cool thing was there was unlimited nicotine there because of all the sample packs.
They were giving away packs of Camels, weren't
Camel
they?
Crush, when it first came out, they're just giving whole
They were
packs.
giving them to college
Yep.
kids.
In Skull, too.
Isn't that crazy?
It is wild.
It's pretty wild.
I don't know if you're allowed to do that anymore.
I hope you can. That's cool.
I mean, can't drink and drive anymore.
Everybody does them fucking vapes now, though.
Yeah.
Gay.
Yeah, that's no good for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so being good at CrossFit involves, there's several different parts. So there's gymnastics, which is pull-ups, ring muscle-ups, just basically capacity to swing on the bar,
Right.
to hang onto the bar. And then you have weightlifting, which is a huge part of it, Olympic weightlifting, so snatch, clean and jerk, squat. And then you have your monostructural cardio, which is like running, biking, rowing, ski erg, like all that stuff. So there's a lot to master.
Right.
And being good at, when I say like gifted in it, is just like you're a high power output athlete, or you're somebody that can, like, we all know the people that could just run for days and didn't really work out.
Yeah.
They're just naturally good at it. So I don't think I was really born with any of those natural talents. So I had to work a little bit harder at all of them. And to be on the top level of that, you got to commit a lot of time.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. But like, to me, as like an outsider looking at CrossFit, it's like it's just guys that are working very hard to be good at working out.
That's all.
You know, because
really,
like the games are kind of set up where it's like set exercises, right?
No, so it's different. It's different there's never a set amount of events,
Right.
or a set amount of movements, or like you have an event that has 3 different movements in it. Like there's a 1 rep max, and then there's a 5-mile run. Like the test is pretty crazy when you think about it. There's like, I really do think that they're the fittest people on earth because they're the most well-rounded at everything.
Right.
So like that's CrossFit's whole standpoint is we don't make experts in one thing. We make people that are good at everything.
Yeah. Which, I get that 100%. Like I've always said, soccer players are probably the most athletic athletes.
Yeah.
You know, like fucking John Ogden, like an O-lineman he's good at his one task, but he's not a well-rounded athlete.
Yeah, no doubt. I agree.
So,
I agree. But it's pretty crazy when you talk about that. So snatching, right? Most people have no idea how to snatch. They come into the gym and it's like such a foreign thing to them. And I think it's pretty crazy that
it's a tough movement for sure.
Well, me and you were snatching in 2004.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
like,
no
high
one,
school for sure.
We might have been the first like high school class that I know of, like in that area, that was doing snatches and cleans and clean and jerks and stuff. Like it's not a typical thing that people were doing back then. Now you're seeing it transition more into sports, but at the time it was a pretty foreign concept. So it's pretty gnarly that I think you're the first person I saw snatch 135 pounds, and at the time it's like and that's still for a lot of people, dude. That's still a big number. Like 135, 185, 225. Like,
oh, bro, I was stronger at fucking 18 years old than I am now at 33 years old.
You were insanely strong.
Yeah.
I was telling the guys on the crew that earlier.
Yeah.
I was like, Gene could move fast for his size, and he was strong as a motherfucker when we were in high school.
Yeah, no, I was strong.
Yeah, you took the weight room real serious in high school. You were one of the only people that took it serious.
Yeah. Yeah, you and Ben just
We sat around on the benches.
you just laughed at me.
Yeah, dude.
Tides have turned, Jimmy.
I know, man. Dude, I know it. They really have. They really have.
So the fitness industry in general, is it's a fairly new industry. People are just now starting to pay big money to have people help them work out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that hasn't been around for 50 fucking years.
No.
Do you see that kind of sticking it out? Or, like, if we go through a recession the next 2 years, is that going to kind of just wipe out some of these smaller gyms? Or
Yeah. I think the gyms in general after the pandemic, that unfortunately, I don't know, they shut gyms down, the thing to keep people healthy during like a bullshit.
Which I don't think anybody agrees with.
No one
agrees. It's bullshit.
It is bullshit. And a lot of those gyms failed, and it's because people realized you can do a lot at home on your own. And I think there's so much content.
So, hey, we're going to need $80 a month, and just come in and do some push-ups.
Right. Yeah. I just, if we go through a recession, which, I mean, we're already kind of starting to get there. Like, these people making a ton of money doing personal training, it's not going to happen anymore because you can have one guy that can do online remote coaching. Yeah. And he can have 80 clients.
Like the Peloton. Yeah. You know, like that's like the perfect example. It's like a massive training element, you know?
Yeah. And for them, it's like I charge $20 to 80 people or $100 to 8 people. You know what I mean? It's like I can see it going away. And it's a tough time for gyms in general right now because people realize like, oh shit, if I work out at home, I don't have to, like, because I know for me, like, I would sit down, drink pre-workout, throw a dip in, and then go to the gym. And it would take, 20 minutes in transitioning, get to the gym, maybe, like, warm up for 10 minutes. Where it's now, it's like I open my garage door, I slug my coffee, and boom, I've cut 30 minutes off of the routine. Yeah, yeah. Which as a dad, like, Well,
plus, like, in Prince Frederick, like, growing up going to World Gym in Prince Frederick, you sit there and you bullshit with everybody from the county. Yeah. You see 80 people
Yeah, and that's the thing I like about CrossFit. There's that doesn't happen. Right. I mean, there is bullshitting like here and there, but like it's for 60 minutes, like you're moving. Yeah. Like there's no time to sit there and bullshit for 10 minutes in between sets.
Right. Yeah. No, and I think the construction industry, I mean, the recession will affect it, but I mean, we kind of saw the writing on the wall a year or two ago. 2020, all the political bullshit going on. Yeah. But so what we did is we kind of geared towards getting those government contracts, like county contracts, state highway shit. And that is, the government's always going to have their money. Yeah. So like it's less of a margin, but it's more steady work to get you through tougher years, hopefully.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. So, I mean, we should be straight. And you're kind of starting to see that. Like, it's a lot more bullshit involved with the government work. Sometimes it can be a little competitive, but they're good for the money.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, in order to make what's on a government job, you might have to drive to 10, 15 houses. Right. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of shit involved, but I think that there is, I don't know, it's pretty equal in terms of time, really, when you think about how much you put into each job and how many you got to do to make that money.
Right. Yeah, man. Well, cool, bud. I think it's been a good talk.
Yeah.
We'll get this podcast thing going and
hell yeah,
hopefully back up and running. You start helping me find people to come on here and want to do it. And
so we're going to put this on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
people. I mean, I think it might have been the Apple podcast, like the Apple podcast platform.
Yeah.
Is where we started it.
Okay.
But yeah, YouTube's really the main thing.
Yeah. So we'll put it on YouTube. Everybody comment on who you want to see on the show. Maybe we'll try to get them out here.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
All right, brother. Appreciate it.
Back to work.